Good morning, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we're starting our video off today here at Lowe's. We're just browsing around in their garden section, looking at all of their beautiful flowers and greenery. Today we are going to be decorating the outside of my mobile home. So I have a rock bed that wraps all the way around my deck, and it is really needing some TLC. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing in today's video. Then somewhere in this video, I'm going to squeeze in some footage from Easter. My daughter did an Easter egg hunt and she's just dying for me to put it here on my channel. So we're back at home, and before we jump into all of the hard work, I went ahead and knocked this little project out. So I got this flower pot that I did spray paint red. I got these little plants from the Dollar Tree. They feel like rubber and plastic. And then I got a bag of rocks so that I can fill in the flower pot. I also have a little piece of styrofoam hidden in the rocks so that way I can push the plants down in. And to make all of this one solid piece so that it doesn't fall apart or the rocks don't fall out, I'm going to take some Mod Podge sealer and I'm just going to put it all over the top. And I'm really layering it on so that way it sinks in between the rocks and it just holds everything together. And I went ahead and put the little flower pieces in while it was wet so that way they stick as well. And I just went ahead and Mod Podged the rest of the flower pot. I really needed a centerpiece for out here on my deck, and I just feel like this is going to be the perfect touch. So this is just 30 minutes later. Everything has started to dry. The pot is completely dried. The rock color is starting to show through. The rocks just look very glossy, and I love that look because they almost look wet. So it still has some drying to do in the thicker spots, but I love how it turned out. And now onto my second flower pot. I picked up this fuchsia pink flower pot, and then I got this little plant to go with. They are the perfect shades of pink. They're almost identical. And I thought that I would just fix this up to set in my rock bed for a pop of color. And I honestly just had to have the flower pot, so I was going to use it with any color flower. This is where I decided to put it. I've got some little gnome decor here, and this is actually walking down my walkway before you get to my steps. And I usually don't decorate in this area. I usually just have a big flower pot filled with flowers. So now moving on to my daughter's little fairy / gnome garden. We recently had a tree cut down here in the backyard, and this really big stump was left. So this was the perfect flat surface to set up her little world. And I thought that I would share it with you guys since I did give you a video haul of everything that she picked out a week ago. And so this is what jump-started my rock bed. I took everything up and laid this tarp down. I put it all over so that way nothing grew up between the flowers like weeds and grass. And this is what it looked like. It was just very basic and plain. It really needed some TLC, so that's exactly what me and my husband did. We moved the bird bath that was originally set in here, and we dug up this plant. We're just going to move this plant somewhere else. We are going to replace it with this bush that we picked out. It's got pink flowers on it. It's going to be perfect for this space because it will fill out and grow, and it'll just fill this little corner up with some color. So my husband has to make the hoe a little bit bigger, and instead of a shovel, the trick is to use post hoe diggers. Just makes things so much easier. And then this is our little bush. I cannot wait to watch it grow. And then here in front, we picked out these really pretty yellow flowers. All of the plants that we bought today, besides the little plant that I put in the pink pot, will come back every year. So this time next year, everything should already be blooming, and I won't have to go spend a ton to fill this back up with flowers. And we're gonna make the bird bath the focal point here. So my husband put this flat rock down. These flat rocks also came from Lowe's, and we really got them so that we can set them throughout the flower bed. It's really hard to set any decor pieces down on top of these big rocks. They just don't want to set straight, and they're not very stable. They're very wobbly. So the flat rocks were a perfect idea because we do want to put some decor in here. So my husband worked on the front part of the rock bed, and while he was doing that, I worked on the side. So what we would do was lay the mesh down, and then we would have to move all of the rocks over on top of the mesh one by one. And the reason we did that is because we didn't have mesh down the first time we did the rocks, and everything just grew up in between the rocks. There was also mulch mixed in, and it just didn't look very clean. We wanted everything to look like clean cut, and we didn't want anything in between all of these rocks. So we put the mesh down, put the rocks on top, and this took a few hours. I must say I got a really good suntan out here doing this, so I can't complain. And we just kept going until we made our way all the way around the deck. So when we first decided to frame in this deck and do like a little garden all the way around it, we started out with mulch. And after about 2 years, we realized that it was kind of a waste of money putting the mulch around, because over time, mulch loses its color. We started with red mulch, and then that all lost its color. So then the next year we used the black mulch, and then that also lost its color. It literally just looked like dirt. So if you're gonna do this, I would definitely prefer the rocks over the mulch, because they're going to last so much longer. And so I didn't film the whole process going all the way around the deck with the rocks, because it would have just took forever. But this is looking down off of my deck into the rock bed. So we started with the front, and then this is just a little glimpse of the side. We did already put some decor pieces in there. So this is the front. I've got my little gnomes sitting here on each side of my bird bath. We've got a little frog in the bird bath. And then we've got this turtle that lights up at night. I also have this really pretty butterfly lantern that lights up such a pretty color as well. I did get this little hook from the Dollar General. I think it was like $5. So we've got some white flowers planted here. And then we've got another flat rock with this globe. I didn't plant these flowers yet. My husband's going to. I've got this rock with this bumblebee on it, and then some more greenery. And here's Mama Cat following me all around. And then last, we've got this flat rock with this turtle. His belly lights up green at night. So my husband still has to dig these in the ground, but this is just an overall look of how everything is going to look. I'll probably get some more decor pieces in here. I love the pops of color. And so I wanted to show you guys what baby Evan was doing while we were taking turns doing the rock bed. He was just enjoying his first time in his little swimming pool up here on the deck. He absolutely loved it. So I would watch him while Evan was busy, and then Evan would watch him while I was busy. And it just really worked out because he was very content while we got things done. And of course we used teamwork, so it just made it that much easier as well. And so now we're going to close today's video out with a few shots of Harmony Easter egg hunting on Easter Sunday. Baby Evan was napping while she was hunting for her eggs. She loaded up on a lot of goodies and candy. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope it inspired you to get outside and maybe decorate your outside living space as well. It doesn't matter if you have a little living space or a big one. What matters is that you make it your own, so that way at the end of the day, you can relax and unwind. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and like always, we'll see you in the next one.